Hello everybody, welcome back to Modern Meta Matchups here on the Mana Vault. And today we have a special guest joining us.
Chris, aka AlphaNerd.
And normally Chris spends a lot of the time with the channel. He's been with us ever since the beginning. But normally he's doing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, a lot of the technical stuff that you don't necessarily see on camera. And he's just going to be joining us for some games here. Today I am going to be playing the Izzet Blitz prowess style deck. And Chris, what are you going to be playing?
I'm going to be playing Bogles, my favorite deck.
Yeah, how many times have you built that deck?
About 5 at this point.
So clearly he's played this deck many times over the years, and we just wanted to kind of see what two super aggressive decks are like against each other. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and give us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Chris has won the die roll off camera, so I believe you'll be on the play.
Yes, I will be.
All right, we'll go ahead and deal out our 7. Take a look at these opening hands here, and see what we got.
I will keep.
I think I'll risk it here and give it a shot. Alright, so going into game 1 here, I have a pretty good hand. Problem is, I only have 1 land, and that is a Scalding Tarn. So it can get me both my colors here, but I'm going to run into some issues maybe later on. But we're just going to kind of give it a shot and see what happens. And with this 1 land, what I can actually cast is a Monastery Swiftspear, which is going to allow me to maybe get in for some early damage with my creature. I also have some 1-drop spells here. I have a Lava Dart, a Lightning Bolt, and a Burst Lightning that are all going to kind of allow me to get in for some damage. And I have 2 more creatures in my hand. They're both kind of 2-drops. One of them is a 2-drop, and that's Sprite Dragon. The other one's a Stormwing entity, which normally costs 5 mana, but with the help of some spells, it can get down to 2 mana.
Alrighty, so in game 1, my opening hand had a Horizon Canopy, a Windswept Heath, and a Plains. You know, that's decent lands. That's what we're looking for. No more than 3. A Mana Tithe, a Glade Cover Scout, Spider Umbra, and a Hyena Umbra. Pretty much, this is going to be the best hand we can possibly get. You know, if we had like an Ethereal Armor or 2, that'd be even better. But in the blind, this is definitely a keep. Alrighty, to start off, I'm going to play Windswept Heath. I'm going to fetch a Temple Garden. I'll have it come in untapped, go down to 17. We're going to play a Glade Cover Scout. Passing the turn to you, Austin.
Alright, I'll go ahead and draw. Play Scalding Tarn as land for turn. I will be taking a similar route and grabbing a... Alright, so I go down to 17. And I will play a Monastery Swiftspear. And I will go to combat.
Sounds good.
Swiftspear is going to come in for 1 big damage.
No blocks declared.
Put you down to 16. And after that, I will pass the turn.
Sounds good. I'm going to play a Plains. Next, cast Hyena Umbra on Glade Cover Scout.
Yep. Hard to really do much when you got Hexproof.
It is like that sometimes. I'm going to swing for 2.
Yeah, I can't do anything. I'll take my 2 damage.
And pass to you.
Alright. Untap and draw. We'll start off by going to combat.
Sounds good.
I'll attack for 1.
No blocks declared.
You take your 1. And I will, in my second main phase, cast Light Up the Stage.
I'm going to cast Mana Tithe.
Yeah, that happens. I do not have the 1 mana to pay, so Light Up the Stage will get countered. Really? The Mana Tithe? You're playing white and green. You're not supposed to have counter spells. Now, I needed that. I needed to be able to find lands, and now I have to do it the old-fashioned way of just trying to draw 1 every turn. After that, I will pass the turn back to you. I was hoping to get some lands off that Light Up the Stage, and doesn't look like we're going to get there.
Oh, right into my trap. I'm going to play Windswept Heath and search for a Temple Garden again. We're going to have it come in untapped. Bring me down to 12. I'm going to cast Spider Umbra on Glade Cover Scout.
Yep.
I'm going to cast another Spider Umbra on Glade Cover Scout.
That happens.
Exactly. I'm going to swing for 4.
I take 4.
Pass turn.
You're down to 1 card in hand after that?
Correct.
Alright, as long as you don't get lifelink, maybe I still have a chance. We could go for a land, but we're not getting there. I guess we're just going to play another Taylor Swift Spear.
That's not fun for me.
And go to combat.
Sounds good.
And attack for 2.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Down to 10.
Still no lands, so I'll just pass the turn.
Tap. Draw. I'm going to cast Rancor.
Yep.
On Gladecover Scout. He's getting pretty big.
Yeah, we're up to 6 power now.
Yes.
No Daybreak Coronet or Spirit Link, please?
Nothing yet.
Alright.
I'm going to play Horizon Canopy.
You got it.
What to do? I guess I might as well swing. Go to combat?
Yep.
Attack you for 6.
Yep, I am down to 5.
Pass 2.
Alright.
No cards in hand.
Interesting. Alright. We will play land for turn. And this is always one of those big math moments here. Because math is usually for blockers, but in this case it's also for attackers, I believe.
Can you kill me this turn?
I believe so. This should be not that bad. You're down to 10. So we'll start things off with a Manamorphose.
Oh boy.
I will add 2 red to my mana pool.
Sounds good.
And draw a card. Double Prowess Trigger. I will then cast a Lightning Bolt targeting you with one of those red.
Yep.
Another Prowess Trigger. With the other red, I will cast Lava Dart targeting you, giving me another Prowess Trigger. I'll then cast that same Lava Dart from the graveyard, sacrificing a mountain to deal another damage to you.
So, before you do that,
yeah,
I'm going to crack my Horizon Canopy and hope I get a Mana Tithe.
I don't think Mana Tithe saves you at this point.
Nope.
And I will attack for a lot.
Good game.
I think 8.
Well, that was a lot of damage in one turn. We'll see what the next game has.
Alright, so going into the sideboard here, I am going to be taking out a couple of cards here, and Burst Lightning as well as Bedlam Reveler. Main reason I want to take these out is because they are going to be a little bit less good in this matchup, because I can't really deal damage to those creatures. And Burst Lightning only deals 2 damage to the face without kicking it. Bedlam Reveler is a little bit of a slower card, generally speaking. I'm not going to be casting it until a little bit later in the game, and I don't foresee this game going super late. And I really wanted to bring in some interaction to kind of help me with maybe some of the lifelink threats, or if I'm going to be taking lethal from some sort of aura being attached. I brought in a couple of Spell Pierces. And then the Brazen Borrower, while it doesn't really let me bounce most of his creatures, I can maybe bounce one of the key lifelink auras or something that's going to help him get back into the game. And then I also have a couple Blood Moons here. If we end up going into the game 3, I do want to bring these in on the play, but on the draw, it's a little bit too slow, and I don't think they're going to really help me at all.
On my side, I'm taking out my 3 Mana Tithes and 1 All That Glitters. The Mana Tithe, it's a good gimmick for game 1, but after that, he kind of anticipates it. Gotta play that psychological war game. Additionally, All That Glitters, it's kind of my flex card. I'd rather just run the 4 ley lines instead, just because it gets a lot more done.
Alright, going into game 2 here. Go ahead and take a look at these opening hands. You'll be on the play, correct?
Yes, I will be.
Alright.
This is risky, but I'll keep it.
Yeah, I think I'll give mine a shot as well.
Jesus.
Alright, so going into game 2, I have a couple lands here, which is a little bit better than last time. I have a Spire Bluff Canal as well as a Steam Vents. And I have a lot of creatures, so I can play Monastery Swiftspear as well as 2 Soulscar Mages in the early game here, because I have 3 creatures. And then for the spells, I only have 2, and they're both Lava Darts. So hopefully they're going to be able to help me kind of get in a lot of extra damage with all this prowess that I'm going to have going on here.
Alrighty, so in game 2, my opening hand has 2 Horizon Canopies, a Leyline of Sanctity, a Spider Umbra, Rancor, Ethereal Armor, and a Glade Cover Scout. This hand is pretty much anything that you'd want in a Bogles list. However, the 2 Horizon Canopies kind of makes it a little bit risky in this matchup. But we'll see what happens. Alrighty, we're going to start the game off strong with a Leyline of Sanctity in my starting hand.
Yeah, that happens. All right, we'll go to turn 1 now.
Yep, turn 1. We're going to play Horizon Canopy.
Yep.
Take 1 damage, play Glade Cover Scout.
All right.
Pass the turn.
Really? Turn 0 and we already have a Leyline in play? I kind of needed you to not have that because I have these lava darts and now I can't do damage with them to your face, and if I draw any more burn, it's also not going to be able to go to your face, and this is just going to cause a lot of issues for us. I'll lead things off with a Spire Bluff Canal and a Soulscar Mage.
Sounds good.
Pass turn.
We're going to play another Horizon Canopy.
You got a painful mana base over there.
Painful existence right now. Pay 1 life.
Yep.
Ethereal Armor.
Yep.
Gonna attach that to Glade Cover Scout.
You got it.
Pay 1 life. Play Rancor.
That happens.
Attached to Glade Cover Scout. We're gonna go to combat.
Yep.
Gonna swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I take 6. I am down to 14.
Pass the turn.
Alrighty. Let's go with a Steam Vents Untapped down to 12. We'll play a Monastery Swift Spear. And we'll go to combat and attack for 2.
No blocks declared.
Alright. Second main phase, I'll pay 1 for a Light Up the Stage.
Sounds good.
So we get to exile the top 2 cards. We get a Door at the Perfect Pet and a Scalding Tarn. And we can play those till the end of our next turn. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Horizon Canopy.
Yep.
Got 3 of them.
Yeah, it looks like you're winning the race here right now, though, so...
Hopefully, right? Pay 1. Rancor, attached to Glade Cover Scout.
Yep, that gives you another 3 damage from last turn, so we're already up to 9.
Horizon Canopy.
Yep.
Spider Umbra.
Yep, that's 2 more damage, so 11.
We're gonna go to combat.
Yep.
Swing 11.
I'm down to 1.
This is how Bogles is played. You just throw a bunch of enchantments on a guy, and then you just swing. Pretty simple, actually. But, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. In this case, we're winning.
Alright, don't think we can really do much here. We can get some prowess triggers, but that's not really going to be helpful, I don't think. We can only manage to deal about 8 damage to you this turn. Put you to 5, and then I just die on the backswing. Because I can't really use either of these lands. I have one in my hand that requires me to pay a life, and I have the Scalding Tarn that also requires me to pay a life. And these lava darts, I can't go face.
You can target yourself.
Well, I can target my creatures. That's how so I can tap 2. I play lava dart, hit my Swift Spear, play lava dart, hit my Swift Spear. So I get double prowess triggers, and then I can sacrifice a land to do another lava dart on my Swift Spear or something. So that gives me 3 prowess triggers, and I can attack for 8.
That's rough.
But then I just die on the backswing. So looks like we're heading into game 3.
Sounds good.
All right, going into game 3. I finally get to go first. So we'll see if that works out for me or not. I think I can keep this.
I can't. I have to mulligan.
Alright. Alright, so looking at my hand in game 3 here, I have 2 lands again. Didn't work last time, hopefully it'll work this time. I have the Spire Bluff Canal as well as the Fiery Islet, so I have the ability to cast pretty much everything in my hand, except for one card, and that is a Blood Moon. But I think I'm going to be able to try to dig to the land in order to get that Blood Moon out by turn 3, which I really want to do here. I have a couple of 1-drop creatures in Monastery Swiftspear as well as a Soulscar Mage. And then I have a Mutagenic Growth and a Stormwing Entity to kind of round out the rest of my spells here. So I'm looking at potentially being able to get that Blood Moon down on turn 3, hopefully, and kind of shut down Chris's mana base.
Alrighty.
Down to 6.
Yes, sir.
You're going to keep?
I am going to keep this. The bottom of that card.
Alright.
Okay, so in game 3, my opening hand has a Horizon Canopy, Plains, Windswept Heath, Leyline of Sanctity, Slippery Bogle, and a Rancor. We also do have a Gladecover Scout, but we did have to mulligan that to the bottom. Overall, I'm pretty confident with this hand. We're going to see what happens. The Leyline of Sanctity might carry us, but we'll see. Alrighty, I'm going to start the game off with the Leyline of Sanctity in play.
You've got another Leyline on turn 0.
Yep.
Again, with the Leyline in your opening hand. Really? You already did it last game. You got to do it again this game. Good news is I don't have burn spells in my hand, so maybe it won't matter as much this time. Alright, so I'll lead things off with a Spire Bluff Canal, and I will pay 1 red for my Soulscar Mage. And I will pass the turn.
Sounds good. I'm going to play Windswept Heath.
Yep.
I'm going to crack it for a Temple Garden. We have the Temple Garden come in untapped. Bring me down to 17. Tap it. Play Slippery Bogle.
You got it.
Pass turn.
Alrighty. Draw. We'll just start off by going to combat.
Sounds good.
I'll attack for 1.
No blocks declared.
Before damage, I will pay 2 life to cast Mutagenic Growth on my Soulscar Mage.
Sounds good.
So, if nothing else happens, you'll be taking 4.
Sounds good.
Second main phase, I will play land for turn as Fiery Islet, and I need to tap that for mana, so I will have to take 1 damage. And I will cast a Stormwing Entity for 2 mana because I already cast a Mutagenic Growth this turn.
That's scary.
And when it enters the battlefield, I do get to scry 2. So we'll go ahead and take a look. I'll put that on top. Actually, I think I'm going to put both of these on top here. And that will be the order for them. After that, I will pass the turn back to you.
Sounds good. I'm going to play... This is actually tough. I'm going to play Horizon Canopy.
You got it.
Tap Temple Garden.
Yep.
Cast Rancor. Attach it to Slippery Bogle.
If that happens.
And unfortunately, it's not looking good for me. So I am just going to pass turn to you.
Okay. On top and draw. I will play another Spire Bluff Canal as land for turn. Still comes into play untapped, but this is the last time it would come into play untapped. And because of prowess and wanting to get some extra damage in potentially, I am going to pay 3 mana, again taking 1 damage off of my Islet, and I will play a Blood Moon.
That sucks.
So prowess will trigger.
Yep.
And I will attack with both creatures here.
Sounds good. You really just played a Blood Moon. Why? Why? I am not going to block.
Alright, so you'll be taking 6 here, down to 7. And then it'll be your go.
Let's see. Draw. That'd be great if I had forests.
Well, you have 2 mountains. I have 3 mountains, so...
Oh boy. Well, I'm going to play Dryad Arbor.
Alright.
A 1/1 mountain.
That is a nice mountain.
It's a very nice mountain.
I don't know if I've ever seen a 1/1 mountain before, but here we got it.
There we go. I'll swing at you for 3.
I'll take my 3 and go down to 13.
Pass to you.
Untap and draw. Oh yeah, I knew that I was drawing that. That's a good card. I'll pay 1 red because that's all they can tap for. And play a Monastery Swiftspear.
Yep.
And no prowess triggers to go here, but we'll go right into combat and attack for 5.
I'll have Dryad Arbor just chump block the Soulscar Mage.
Sure thing. So you can take 4.
Yep.
And then the second main phase, I will tap for red. I don't have to pay a life because it's only a mountain now. And play a light up the stage.
Sounds good.
And exile a land and a lightning bolt. Unfortunately, that lightning bolt can't go face, so we're just going to pass the turn.
A bit too late, unfortunately. Plains.
Yep.
Core Spirit Dancer.
You got it.
And it looks like I lose here.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way with a Storming Entity threatening lethal on its own. And you only have red mana and a deck that doesn't play red cards.
Yep. Is not looking good for me. So, pass turn, I'll make you work for it.
Alright. Go ahead and draw my card. I'll play a mountain. And I'll lightning bolt your Core Spirit Dancer. Give myself prowess triggers and attack for lethal.
Good game.
Good game. Alright, thanks everybody for watching that video. There were some good games in there. I definitely want to thank the Blood Moon in that third game for, you know, kind of carrying me and making it so that Chris couldn't cast any spells.
At least I have my Dryad Arbor.
You did have your mountain. And if you liked those videos, be sure to check out some other videos by checking out another video here.
And also, you can subscribe right here.